Hey guys, this is a very special video brought to you by two very special fans. Now you may recognize the fan on the left here, but the one on the right may not look familiar, so let me enlighten you here. These are my absolute most sought after childhood fans, each of these. Now I got the Cool Breeze a few weeks ago, like before Christmas I think. Or no, it was after Christmas, but before the New Year. Um, and I had another one of these actually already that was in slightly worse condition. And I had mentioned that I was looking for the Galaxy, which was the counterpart that I had when I was little. Well, fellow YouTuber Eric Freeze found one. It was in a bit of a rough condition. He found it outside, I think. It had been exposed to the elements. But either way, he proposed a trade with me, and I accepted, and so now I've got this one. So, I am beyond thrilled to have both of these fans again. It's been a long time in the making. I've been wanting to find each of these, and I honestly could not believe that I found the Cool Breeze before I found the Galaxy. And I found the Cool Breeze twice before I found the Galaxy. That's just something else, because I had never seen these for years and years and years, but I'd seen these online, so I knew these existed. Yeah, so the topic for the video is this one. So let me take the Cool Breeze away, because you already saw that in the other video. I just wanted to show you them side by side to kind of recreate my childhood experience here. Now this one was also featured, if you remember, in our photo albums. Let me grab it here actually. And it was right here. It was the one in the back there with all the stickers stuck on it with the broken neck bracket that we used the roll of painter's tape to keep it held up. And it also made a terrible humming noise, I remember. There's a video that we have, one of our old home videos on tape, that shows me playing with the fan at a very young age, probably like 2 or 3. And it's just oscillating with it, like it's pointed down because the tape was missing, obviously, because it didn't stay up without that roll of tape. And when it oscillated to the, I think, was it to the right, it would be quiet, and then when it went over to the left, it would start making this awful humming noise. I think it just needed oil, because I've had other fans that also make a similar noise to that, and then they quiet right down when they get oiled. So, let's take a look at the side of the fan now. This one is a 4th generation model, so-called 4th generation model with the one-piece motor housing, the very square profile grille that's very large. The vents on the back of the motor housing go around the perimeter, and the base is a very streamlined, sort of smaller design. And the blades are a gray, opaque color, as you can see. The switch plate badge is in a gray, black and white color scheme with the buttons that start at white and get darker, going from darker grays to black as the speeds increase. So again, keeping with the theme of the other ones where the colors get darker for each of the speeds. This one's center grille medallion is the same as the earlier 2nd and 3rd generation models, but the logo in the middle is the wavy Galaxy logo, which was something that I remembered from my childhood. I do remember this logo very well. Now, this one did come with its cage clips, which I was very surprised about, because this was, I think this was sitting outside, and just even, like, I found these before, like, used, like, in a house, and they've been missing all the cage clips. But to find one that's just, like, been sitting outside and still has its cage clips, I mean, that says a lot. So there is some rust on the grill in this portion right here. It doesn't really bother me that well, or that badly. If it did, I would just probably spray paint it. Or honestly, these grills go for pretty cheap on eBay often. It probably wouldn't hurt to get a spare. Now, on the bottom of the base here is gray also. And here's the information tag, type 12-1 style. And it doesn't have a style number, which is very interesting. the UL listing. And the date code is right here. Now, Eric said that this was from 1992, but from what I understand, it's the first number that designates the year, and that's a 1. So, going by the code, I think this is a 1991 model, though I could be wrong because I don't really know entirely how to decipher that code, but I'm pretty sure it's a 91 model. I do not remember when the one from that we used to had, the one that we used to have's date code, because I don't think I ever paid attention to that. But yeah, so obviously these were the 4th generation model. Like I said, the very first ones that came out were these. The 1st generation model in blue with the rounded blades and the squared base. And then they moved to this model, 2nd generation model, with the rounded blades, the rounded grill, so this is when they started using this style base, the streamlined, the smaller base. And then they switched to the 3rd generation model, which is one that, probably aside from these gray ones, people are the most familiar with. The brown ones, these are very popular from the early 80s all the way up to, I think, the mid to late 80s they were made. So these are very popular. And then after those came out, they switched to, they had a few transitional models that were brown with like I think they had the 2-piece motor housing. Yeah, there were a few transitional models that came out here and there, but then after that, for the most part, they switched to this one, the 4th generation model with the gray blades. And that was the latest, before they kind of started going with like different brands like Galaxy by Lasko, Air King, which is, I have one of those right here. This is the Air King version, and this is, I guess, what you would also call a 4th generation model, but it's a little bit different. It doesn't have the switch on the base. It has a switch on the back here. So this might be a 4.5 gen. I'm not entirely sure, just because this probably is from a little bit later. Yeah. So, and then the other thing is, you probably noticed the plastic is all like dirty. I think that's just some residue or something. I did try using some of my degreaser on it, and it took some of it off, so I'm going to try a little more, see if I can get all of that residue off of there. But yeah, I am not at all upset about the condition of this fan. I am just so happy to finally have one. And yeah, so let's go ahead and start the fan up on high. And another thing, unlike the one that I used to have, this one also runs dead silent. It is 100% quiet. No awful humming. And it's really powerful. And I expect nothing less from a Galaxy. Okay, medium. This one is a very good runner. It's also a testament to how good quality these Galaxies are, even the later ones, because, I mean, this one was cast away. It was sitting in the woods or something like that. Still works good as new, even better than the one that we used to have. Okay, low. I think the blades may be a little bit out of balance, but certainly isn't causing any wobble or anything. It's running like it's nothing. All right, spin down from low. I gave the front bearing a drop of oil when I got it, or when I first unpackaged it. I didn't take the motor housing apart or anything, so it doesn't seem too bad though. Oh. Well, that's different. Guess the blades must not be balanced after all, because it started drifting backwards. Let's engage the oscillator and start it on low. I actually haven't tested it with the oscillator engaged yet. So I hope it works. Oh yeah, it works. I think it's just going slow because that's just the nature of it. I don't think it's having trouble, which is different because the brown ones, the 3rd gen ones, I mentioned, they go really fast. They have fast oscillation arc speeds. Okay, turn it to medium. All right, finally high. That is very interesting. This one's definitely got a much slower oscillation arc speed than the brown ones. And I remember ours going about this speed too, I think. Although I don't really remember it that well. I was too focused on the noise it made. Alright. Spin down from high. Okay, so the bearings aren't terrible. They got some life left in them. See, is it gonna go backwards? Nope, didn't go backwards this time. Yeah, I don't know what the cause of that was. I would guess that a piece of the blade would be like broken off or something, but I definitely don't see any breaks or anything. It looks in perfect condition. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to say about this fan. Other than I am still extremely thrilled to have this one. Again, I've been looking for one of these for many, many years. And it goes along with the 9-inch model that I have, actually. Whoops. 9-inch model is missing its cage clips, as I mentioned. But yeah, this one is my actual childhood unit. This one came from my church. So this is the one that I've actually seen since I was little. It would be nice if I still had the actual one of these from my childhood, but I actually witnessed it get thrown away, so unfortunately it is long gone now. But these two, they go together, and as does the Cool Breeze and this one, so yeah, I am very happy to have this one. And once again, a huge, huge thank you to Eric Fries, and a huge shout out to him for sending me this. And I'll link his channel in the description, as well as his original video demo of this very fan that he uploaded a while ago. So you can go and check that out. So, yeah, don't know what else there is. So thank you guys for watching, and more to come.